Hey traders, Mike Sir here. Welcome back to my channel where I profile the top traders in the world and teach you how to replicate their incredible success. Now I've been meaning to profile this incredibly successful trader for a very long time. He managed to turn $20,000 of his own money into well over $11 million, an incredible 55,000% return in under 6 years. The trader I'm referring to is Jack Kellogg. So in this video, I'm going to share his trading strategy with you and teach you exactly how he managed to achieve this incredible 8-figure net worth. So let's get started. Now, Jack first got exposure to the stock market in 2017 when he was only 19 years old and the year that he finished high school. Now, while his friends ventured off to college, he had no plans to attend due to no scholarships and not wanting to pay high tuition fees. Now, while trying to figure out what he wanted to do with his life, he was working as a car valet and managed to save over $10,000. Now, not wanting to find a 9-to-5 job, Jack heard about trading stocks from a friend and thought that would be a good idea to make money outside of a paycheck. Upon depositing $7,500 of his hard-earned money into a brokerage account, his first few trades left him with a loss of a few $100. Now, not wanting to lose even more money, he realized he didn't know what he was doing, so he decided to put his focus on learning how to trade and switch to trading with a demo account. Well, his dedication to learning about the stock market has paid off, as over a 6-year period, he managed to make over $11 million in trading profits.
You can see from this chart that tracks Jack's trading profits, his profits have skyrocketed in the past 3 years, with his total income growing to $1.6 million in 2020, $8.6 million by the end of 2021, and to more than $11 million so far in 2022. Jack has benefited immensely from the bull market that started at the bottom of the market in March 2020 all the way to the beginning of this year, 2022. Now, given the bearish market and economic uncertainty this year, Jack still managed to pocket more than $2 million in profits so far in 2022. This year, he got several positions right by heavily shorting Tesla stock. Now, Tesla has performed terribly this year with the price falling more than 60% from the highs of $400 per share to now under $150 per share. Also, Jack bet heavily against specific oil stocks that shot up due to the war in Ukraine to fall. Now, some of his big winners were oil stocks like Camber Energy, symbol CEI, which fell from a peak of $2 to now under 10 cents. Another oil stock, Imperial Petroleum, symbol IMPP, which fell from a peak of $9.60 to now under 30 cents. And Houston American Energy, symbol HUSA, which fell from $16.50 to now under $4 per share.
Jack likes to focus on trading US small cap stocks, which are generally smaller companies, but they have the potential for high rates of growth and high rates of return, but they tend to have more volatility. Now, he also trades large cap stocks like Tesla, which have the ability to move sharply in one direction. Now, overall, Jack's trading strategy is relatively simple. If a stock goes up too much, he will want to short and bet that the stock price will fall. If a stock has been going down too much, he will want to go long and bet that the stock price will go up. However, he does have some criteria to determine whether a stock is overbought or oversold. Now, he first identifies potential stocks to trade by looking for the top percentage gainers of the day, specifically stocks which have risen or fallen 50% or more on that day. He then filters the stocks that have a high trading volume, specifically tens of millions of dollars or even billions of dollars traded on that day. Now, this indicates to Jack that there is a lot of trading activity in the stock and he's able to get in and out of a stock quickly with big trade positions. Now, once Jack filters through all the stocks and determines what stocks to focus on, he doesn't trade them right away, but rather adds them to a watch list. Now, he likes to observe them over a few days to identify if there are any familiar patterns in their price action. For example, if he's specifically looking for a breakout pattern, which is when a stock moves outside of its support or resistance levels, then he would patiently wait for the price to set up. Or if he's eyeing a stock that is trading near its highs to go even higher, he'll wait for a day or two for the stock to break its price resistance levels before he gets into the trade. Now, the stock has to fit a specific pattern and behavior before he can confidently enter in the stock. And this is perhaps the reason why Jack has been very successful in his trading. Now, let me give you an example of how Jack approaches a trading opportunity. Now, as I mentioned, Jack generally doesn't like to buy stock when it first begins to move up the first time around. Instead, he waits for the stock to kind of consolidate sideways close to its highs or within 25% to 35% of its peak before he begins to buy in. Then he will gradually scale into a position, testing his bet by slowly buying into the position as the stock price continues to move up. Now, this is a strategy called pyramiding. Now, most impatient traders want to trade a full-size position or a big position once they see a price breakout, for example. But if the price fails its breakout level, then these traders would incur a huge loss. Now, with Jack's conservative approach, this allows him to limit his risk and benefit from the continued price momentum of the stock, whether up or down. Now, also it allows him to continue moving his stop loss up so that he can lock in his gains. In addition to watching the charts, Jack will skim through news headlines to see why a stock may be up sharply. Now, if there is significant positive news, he can feel more confident that the stock price could go even higher. Before I share with you more examples of the trades that Jack made, please smash that like button and hit subscribe if you haven't already. I would really appreciate your support.
Okay, I managed to get a copy of some of Jack's most profitable trades in 2021, and I'm going to analyze his top 5 most profitable trades for you, which netted him at least $150,000 each trade. Now, his most profitable trade in 2021 was on February 9th when he made over $260,000 buying the company Tesoro, symbol TSNP. Now, he bought over 4 million shares of the company at an average price of 86 cents and sold all his shares at an average price of around 92 cents. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a chart for you as the company had changed the symbol to HMBL, but what I can say is that the stock went as high as $2 and Jack could have made even more on this trade. His second most profitable trade was on June 2nd when he made almost $225,000 by shorting the theater chain AMC Entertainment. Now, he shorted over 160,000 shares at an average price of $60.89 and exited trade the same day when the price went to $59.48. Now, this wasn't an easy trade to make due to the extreme volatility of the stock on that particular day, but the stock price made a new all-time high on that day, but couldn't stay above, so we can assume that Jack saw that as weakness and started betting on the downside of the stock. In addition, the stock price had risen sharply that day, and Jack saw that the stock was very overbought. His third most profitable trade was also AMC stock, where he shorted the stock a few days earlier on May 28th and made almost $185,000. Now, this time he shorted 126,000 shares at an average price of $32.23 and exited the trade the same day when the price went down to $30.76. Now, the stock price had risen very sharply and due for some pullback, so we can assume that Jack had started shorting the stock once it broke the support level line, and as the price went lower, he took his profits. His fourth most profitable trade was OZOP Energy, symbol OZSC stock, where he bought the stock on February 9th and made $162,000. Now, he bought over 7 million shares at an average price of just over 36 cents and exited the trade the same day when the stock went up to almost 39 cents. Now, I'm a little puzzled on this trade because the trend was down and he made money buying the stock. So I'm not sure what was the signal for him to buy at 36 cents or on the average price of 36 cents. His fifth most profitable trade was also AMC stock, where this time he bought the stock on June 2nd, the same day that he shorted the stock, and made $152,000. Now, he bought 20,000 shares at an average price of $31.16 and exited the trade the same day when the price went up to $38.76. Now, we can assume that Jack started buying his 20,000 shares after it broke above the resistance level, and as the price went higher, he sold all his shares. Now, with his profitable long and short trades on June 2nd, this meant that Jack made a total profit of over $377,000 on AMC on that same day.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video about Jack Kellogg, you can click on the left to watch other videos where I profile other top traders in the world, or click on the right to watch the full playlist. I'll see you guys in the next video.